Good morning, everybody, and Merry Christmas from your Echo Community Church family. I'm Phil Nauer, and I am here with my 8-year-old son, Chase, and today we're talking about what it means to go on a mission. So, buddy, you think you can help us out today?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and we're going to start off by supplying some definitions for the people. Can you give us a good definition of the word mission?
A mission is a very important assignment.
A very important assignment. That's a great definition. It's Christmas time, and lots of us have probably gone on some sort of mission. Maybe some of you went on a mission to buy the perfect Christmas tree. Maybe some of you went on a mission to buy the perfect Christmas gift for your family. Every Sunday after church, Chase, you and me and your little brother, we go on a very important mission to find lunch.
Yes.
After every church service, we're usually really hungry. So
Yeah.
a big important assignment in our family is making sure we get something good to eat. So you kind of get the idea of what a mission is. Let's go to another definition. Chase, can you give us a good definition for the phrase mission statement?
A mission statement is a summary of our most important assignment and values.
So it's kind of like taking whatever your mission is and putting it into words. Like a mission statement can be a phrase, it can be a sentence or a couple sentences. In fact, all over our community here in Perry Hall and White Marsh, lots of different businesses and groups and organizations have mission statements. We see them on commercials, we can see them on billboards, sometimes you can even see them on signs hanging around a person's place of business. Let me ask you, Chase, what do you think makes a mission statement so beneficial and valuable?
A mission statement is about who you are and what you're about, so it keeps you on track.
And we want to stay on track all the time, don't we?
We don't want to get off the tracks.
No way, that's definitely not where we want to be. Now, you go to Seven Oaks Elementary School,
Yes, I do.
and you have a mission statement there, right?
Yes, we do.
Can you share it with us?
At Seven Oaks, we commit to being respectful, responsible, and safe.
And how has that mission statement helped you be a better student?
It tells me how to act, how to treat others, so we don't have a problem-filled school year.
And you definitely don't want to have a problem-filled school year, and you must be really listening to that statement because you've been there now for 3.5 years in third grade. Yeah, and you haven't had any major problems at school whatsoever. So I think that mission statement has been really helpful in guiding you in how to make good decisions. Why don't we have a little bit of fun though right now? We're going to read to you 3 different mission statements for businesses right here in our community. And we're going to see if you can guess what business we're talking about just by reading their mission statement. So we'll take turns, and I'll go first today.
Okay.
Usually when we play a game, youngest goes first, but today oldest goes first, all right? So here's the first mission statement. To inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. If you have a guess as to what this is, why don't you drop it in the comments. We'll give you a hint. This place has a drive-through at it.
Yes.
And we'll give you maybe another hint. Chase, what's your go-to order when we go through the drive-through at this place?
Cake Pops, although we don't visit there as often.
We don't visit there as often, but you go for the cake pops. I usually go for something with caffeine in it. We are talking, of course, about
Starbucks.
So that's number 1. Chase, can you give us a second one here that we can think about?
Proudly serving those who serve.
Proudly serving those who serve. We're going to stick with the food theme. This is a restaurant in our area. One hint is that, the one hint was a restaurant. The second hint is you don't really like it all that much.
Not really.
And I love this place. We are talking about, of course,
Mission Barbecue.
Mission Barbecue, my favorite place in the world, and we will go with one more. This one is a little more spiritual. To glorify God by being a faithful steward of all that is entrusted to us. Anybody know what this one is? Drop it in the comments if you know. Here's a hint. Chase, give him a hint.
Closed on Sundays.
Okay, it's closed on Sundays. My hint is that I always order the grilled chicken sandwich with buffalo sauce, and you order...
If it's a breakfast, I'll get the chicken minis.
Right.
If it's a lunch or dinner, I'm going to get fries, six-piece chicken nuggets, and an orange juice.
Now that we've made you all hungry on a day you can't go there anyway, we'll reveal it is Chick-fil-A. My guess is that you probably did pretty well on this. If you really get to know a business or a group, their mission starts to make sense to you. And when you hear their mission read out loud, you start to connect the dots. One of the points we would really want to drive home is that it's not just businesses and groups and organizations that can have mission statements. People and individuals and families can have mission statements too. In fact, in the Bible, in both the Old Testament and the New Testament, we have lots of examples of men and women who had statements that they held true to that defined who they were and what they were about so that they didn't go off track. Let's look at one from the Old Testament. Chase, can you show us one?
As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
This is a pretty famous one. Lots of people even have this hanging up in their house. I wonder if you know who had that mission statement. We'll give you one hint. This was a leader who followed right after Moses. It is, of course,
Joshua.
We need to get you like 4 hands. That would make this much easier, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would make it much easier.
Joshua. All right, New Testament. I don't think this one needs any hints at all. Do you know who said this? Whose mission statement was this? To seek and to save that which was lost. I think most of us know that from Luke chapter 19. That, of course, was Jesus, the example that we're all trying to follow. A few weeks ago, I challenged myself and all of our pastors and all of our staff to start thinking about developing a personal mission statement or a mission statement that would apply to all of the people in the family that we lead. Let's take a couple minutes and find out what they had to say.
Hey there, this is Pastor James. My wife's name is Chelsea, and my daughter's name is Esther, and together we are the Yike family. When we sat down to do this mission statement exercise, we had 2 guidelines to follow. First of all, whatever we picked as our mission statement had to be biblical. And the second thing is that we wanted our mission statement to be practical, something that we could pull out of our back pocket in any situation, even if it's something that's familiar to us or completely foreign, something we had no idea what to do or what to say or how to think or feel. We could pull out this mission statement and stay on mission in any situation. And that's why we decided that our mission is to glorify God and attract others to Jesus Christ. It's biblical, is everything that exists from man to animals, nature, the universe itself. We all exist to glorify God. And then, of course, as disciples, our mission is to be and make disciples. We are to attract people to Jesus. So it fit the biblical guideline, but also it's practical. Think of a situation where I might not know how to respond. Maybe it's a counseling thing I've never done before, or maybe it's a difficult conversation with a family member or a friend that I have to have, and I don't know what to say or what to do in that situation. If I filter my thoughts and my attitudes and my words and actions through this mission statement, it helps me to stay on mission. In other words, how can I glorify God with what I say or with what I do in this situation? And how can my actions and my words draw people or attract them to Jesus Christ? If it's somebody who doesn't know Jesus, how can what I say and do draw them closer towards a relationship and make them want the relationship with Jesus that I have? And if it's somebody that does know him already, how can my actions and my words in this specific situation draw them to be more like Christ? So that is why we decided to make our mission to glorify God and to attract others to Jesus.
My mission statement is to love God, to know him, to glorify him, and to do his will. I chose this because it influences every part of me: my heart, my thoughts, my spirit, my affections, my words, my actions. It's a simple, trustworthy compass. It keeps me due north.
Hi guys, it's Javila here. I wanted to share with you my mission statement for 2021 and beyond. And I was talking to our team about what a mission statement is, and I was thinking about my values for authenticity, and also how I wanted to add more to my value of obedience and faith. So I sort of put those together into a 2-part mission statement that for me I'm really excited to look at it this year. So my mission statement is to obey God and have faith in him, to please him above all others. And the first part is about obedience, because that's a value that I want to increase in my life. But I realized I can obey and it's just for outward appearances, or it's just because I feel like I'm working at something. And so I wanted to pair that with have faith in God, because I feel like if we trust the Lord and we have faith in Him, it makes it easier to obey Him because we can believe He has the best for us, and it makes it easier to obey. And then the second part of my statement about pleasing Him above all others is I want to have a blend between the private and the public part of my life so that my inner life and my outer life reflect the same thing. And I realize that sometimes when we're called to obey the Lord, it may not please other people. So that's an important part of my mission statement. I might have bit off more than I can chew, but I'm excited to see what the Lord will do as I step out into making this part of my mission for 2021.
Now, I know the other videos that we have are featuring the nice little Christmas tree we have in the office, but in this video, we're featuring the awesome Barlow family Christmas tree with all of our crazy ornaments on here. It's clearly just better in every way, so I just have to throw it in here. But on a more serious note, Pastor Phil challenged us a while ago to come up with a personal or a family mission statement. And so I began this process of finding a mission statement by going straight to God. And I went to Him in prayer, I studied scripture, and I said, God, who do you want me to be in this next season of my life? And through all of that studying and all of that praying, I came up with one word, and that word was devoted. And so that one word that He gave me, I created a little bit of a mission statement centered around that one word, and that mission statement is, I will be devoted to the Lord. And I like this word devoted specifically, but it comes with a little bit of the unknown, because the reality is I don't know what season I'm about to enter into, but God gave me a little bit of a clue as to who I need to be as a person coming into this new season, and that's somebody devoted to God. So I'm going to pursue God with all that I can. When I think of the word devoted, I think of, for example, an athlete who devotes himself to being the best football player he can, or a writer who devotes him or herself to being the best writer that they can possibly be. And so in this new season that I'm approaching, I want to be a devoted follower of Jesus, whatever that looks like. Whatever His plan is for me in this new season, I want to be 100% devoted to what that is.
My family, which is my wife Kendra and our 8-year-old son Chase and our 3-year-old son Isaiah, we participated in this project as well. And so over the last few days and weeks, we've been creating and developing a family mission statement for our family as we move into 2021 and beyond. So here's a look at what we've come up with. As an hour, I will always remember who I am and whose I am. So that was a collaborative effort between my wife and my son Chase. My 3-year-old didn't contribute too much to the project, but this is what we came up with for our family that we're excited about kind of really putting deep into our hearts as we continue to grow and mature as the years go by. I want to challenge you as an individual, or I want to challenge you as a family leader to take some time here at the end of 2020 to create and develop a personal mission statement for yourself or for the family that you lead. And I want to tell you why it's so important for us, especially as disciples of Jesus, to have an understanding of our mission. The reason is because we follow Jesus' example as His disciples. He is absolutely the original sound. We're His echo. And a disciple is somebody who's constantly learning how to think like Jesus, to talk like Jesus, and to choose and live and function just like Jesus did. And if you want to be like Jesus, you don't have to look too long and deep into His life before you understand that He was absolutely a man on a mission. He was even a boy on a mission. If you go back and look at his life when he was just 12 years old, he has this amazing conversation with his mom and dad where we see that even as a 12-year-old boy, Jesus understood his main assignment in life. He told his parents, the most important thing for me is to be about my Father's business, for me to follow my dad's assignment for my life. And Jesus' assignment was simply to seek and to save that which was lost. His assignment was to come to earth, to die, and it was so important for Him to live every moment of every day with the focus on His mission. Because guess what? As He got older, He became more popular. He became more famous. He had more notoriety and developed a pretty big following of thousands of people. He was popular. He had power. He had influence. And it seemed that the bigger his influence got, the more people who constantly came into Jesus' inner circle trying to pitch him with new business ideas or get him to focus on new opportunities, to get him interested in government and politics and the military. And the whole way along, Jesus never forgot about his mission. And when he had tough decisions to make, he was always true to who he was and what his core values were and what his primary assignment was. Even in the very last few hours before his death, Satan came to Jesus and tried one more time to get Jesus to drift from his primary mission in life. Jesus even admitted to God in that moment. You remember in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus said, if it's possible for me to let this mission pass on to somebody else, that's kind of what my body wants. He said, but nevertheless, your will be done. And right up until he went to the cross and breathed his last breath, Jesus was faithful to carrying out his personal mission. And I don't know about you, but I'm so glad that that man was true to his mission. He knew who he was. He knew what he was about. There was a statement in his heart that he could refer back to all the time, each and every day of his life, to make sure he stayed on the right track. How much more purposeful and valuable and fulfilled would you feel if you and your family had a simple sentence or a statement that defines who you are and what you're about, your primary assignment, that you can reflect on every day of your life to keep you on track? That's my challenge to you as we move into 2021. Come up with, design, develop a personal mission statement for you or for your family. Here's a couple quick tips to get you started if you've never tried this out before. First off, keep it short and simple. You want to be able to memorize it, and the longer that it is, the harder it's going to be to remember. And if you can't remember it, it's not going to do you any good. A second tip is to look at some other mission statements that other people or businesses have come up with and use those as some inspiration. We've provided a number of those for you today, but hopefully somewhere along the line, a few of those things will spark some interest that will play out and as in your process as you develop your own mission statement for yourself or for your family. Another suggestion that I have for you is to use action words and verbs in your mission statement. If you think about a few of the examples that I shared with you today, Joshua from the Old Testament, he used the word serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And his whole mission is anchored on that action. Jesus' statement uses the words seek and save. And those were two actions that he was all about. Our family is about remembering. And so we're encouraging our boys to always think about their identity, who they are in Christ, and who they are within their family. So use those words to be able to really give your mission statement some forward motion. And my last tip for you is make sure you include God in this process. Do this prayerfully. Ask the Lord to inspire you and give you some creative words and ideas, maybe things that are already important to you and things that you value deeply to weave into your mission statement. And if you're doing this together with a spouse or with the family, make sure you get their input as well. I know in our family, it's made it that much more powerful and meaningful because we involve Chase and Kendra and I all working together in this process. So that's everything we have to share with you today. Let's be people on a mission as we move into this next calendar year. Have a wonderful rest of your Sabbath Sunday, and we look forward to seeing each and every one of you again in 2021.